I hope you're doing well. Today we will see which medical treatments really matter. Welcome to the Question Answer channel, the channel where you will find the answer to everything. Thanks to Peter Spering, Louise, Ben Wright and Barbara Hasselhocker for sharing their answers to this question with us. The first answer will be from Peter Spering.
Meet John Smith. John lives in suburbs of a normal town. He works 8-hour days as a police officer, trawling around from one part of town to another, dealing with everything from drunk students brawling outside a nightclub to calls of domestic violence. After a long and exhausting day, he returns home in the evening to his wife and 2 children. Life has been more testing than usual recently. Every other day, there seems to be a new problem. Last Friday, the car broke down and needed a costly repair. This evening, he walks in to discover that his son had left the bathroom tap running until it flooded the floor and seeped through the ceiling. A sweep of bad luck has put them in a precarious situation, and the tension is straining the marriage. Arguments at home, violence at work. He never says anything, but it's grinding him down. Before he realizes it, he's feeling empty and numb. Nothing seems like it will ever be enough. He still welds a smile onto his face when he goes home every evening, still pretends that everything is fine. They don't know that he stopped in a layby on the way home and cried for half an hour. One evening, he leaves the money for the house repairs on the dining table with a note. Then, he jumps into his car and drives to the top of a multi-story car park, gets out, steps onto the ledge and jumps off. Mental health issues are the invisible threats. For those that need help, the option of treatment can mean the difference between life and death.
We continue with Louise's answer.
The tetanus vaccination. I would not give myself every vaccination, but this is one of the most important. I would even have the vaccine at my house if I could. Because I've been out and about so much in the wilderness, I've gotten hurt quite a bit, and I've gotten some weird bites, too. The good thing about the tetanus vaccine is that you can still get it even if you already have a suspicious wound, like one that's full of dirt. There is the acute vaccine, where you don't have to produce the antibodies yourself, but they're injected directly because it's urgent. This is what is called passive vaccination. Tetanus is one of the most horrible preventable diseases in this world. Anyone who has ever experienced a muscle cramp knows the intense pain that accompanies it. Think calf cramp. Imagine every single muscle in the body putting that on for weeks, sometimes with so much force that bones break and tendons are pulled from their moorings. Without medical support, the diaphragm, like the rest of the muscles, cannot relax, and you can suffocate. A young man who had not been vaccinated injured himself while working outdoors on a farm. The wound was cleaned and stitched at home. 6 days later, he had crying spasms, jaw clenching, and involuntary muscle spasms of the upper extremities, followed by curvature of the neck and back, opus thotonos, and generalized spasticity. Later that day, when respiratory distress set in, his parents notified emergency medical services, which airlifted him directly to a hospital. The young man was subsequently diagnosed with tetanus and required approximately 8 weeks of hospitalization and subsequent rehabilitation before resuming normal activities. The young man required 57 days of. Access this answer and support the author as a Quora Plus subscriber. Access all answers reserved by Louise. For Quora Plus subscribers, access exclusive answers from thousands more participating creators in Quora Plus. Browse ad-free and support creators. Start free trial. Learn more.
We can continue with Ben Wright's answer.
Finding the right talent overseas can be hard. After putting in all that work, you want onboarding to be as easy as possible. Fortunately, there are a couple of options to easily onboard remote talent. One way is to hire your foreign talent as contractors. While the contractor route allows you to quickly get your talent up and running, it's not entirely risk-free. Every country has different rules for who qualifies as a contractor rather than a regular employee. Consequences for misclassifying talent can range from fines and legal fees to business interruptions, reputational damage, and outright bans from some countries. Companies that want speed without sacrificing peace of mind work with a global employer of record, EOR. A global EOR partner becomes the full legal employer of your talent, ensuring compliant onboarding, payroll, benefits, and more, while you manage your talent's day-to-day responsibilities.
What do you think? We will continue with Barbara Hasselhocker's answer.
Which medical treatments are you talking about? There have been so many. Some questions on Quora are too broad. There have been so many amazing discoveries and advances in medicine. Many lives have been saved thanks to modern medicine, especially with analgesia, antibiotics, and surgery. Here are some of these discoveries. Top medical technology advances from the last 100 plus years. 1796, smallpox vaccine. 1895, X-rays. 1921, insulin. 1924, the electroencephalogram, ECG. 1928, the iron lung. 1928, the discovery of penicillin. 1931, minimally invasive surgery. 1936, the pacemaker. 1943, dialysis. 1944, the disposable catheter. 1947, cardiac defibrillation. 1952, magnetic resonance. Other major contributions include vaccinations, anesthesia, epidemiology, germ theory, gene therapy, 3D printing.
This is the end of the video. Thank you for staying until the end. If this answer helps you, please help us too by leaving a like and subscribing to this channel. It allows us to move forward on YouTube. Here is the end of the video. Leave a comment to tell us if these answers are more useful to you. See you soon.